Hi, I'm Eric Moore, and this is Standing Equation. We have a theater that's shaped like a pentagon. The space is a five-sided theater, so a lot of the scenery winds up having five sides as well. Ours is a regular pentagon, meaning all five sides are the same. When we have an object on stage that's not five-sided in our five-sided room, it becomes really clear that that somehow doesn't quite fit. So we wind up doing a lot of regular pentagons in our carpentry. And we get really good at 72 degrees and 32 degrees and all those triangles that you get in a five-sided room. That's 360 divided by 5. With a straight edge and a compass, you can create lots of shapes. One of the shapes you can make is a regular pentagon. In our work, we use compasses all the time. This is a very small compass, but we'll go out in the shop and we have this end of the compass and this end of the compass separately that we can clamp onto long sticks. They're called trammel points. And that lets us lay out a 25-foot circle. I've just divided equally the circumference of this circle into 5 sections. It's important to know how to do this, to go out on the shop floor and do it big. Sweat is one of those sets that has 5 sides. The center piece of that set is a hanging element. When we're building that 5-sided unit, it gives a face of that centerpiece to each audience section, and the corners each point to an actor entrance. But that's our 72 degrees right there. This is 54 degrees, and this is 54 degrees. You get really good at certain numbers that just stick in your memory, and you know right away after you've built a dozen or so pentagons what the angles are to set the saw to. In the office here, we would do it on the computer. So you just tell it you want to make a shape, and it says how many sides, and you say 5, and it says find the center. Okay, the center's there. We're gonna have it be inside the circle like the one we drew, and then it will ask you the radius of the circle, and it'll make that 5-sided thing for you. We communicate exactly what we want from the computer screen to the shop floor. The kind of precision we're looking for, we're able to zoom in here and really get down to the nitty-gritty, and we can get those 1/8" perfections in the drawing. And if the drawing is not perfect, then we know the finished product's not going to be perfect either. So here's the flying piece, is this pair of dotted lines overhead in this ground plan of the theater, and you can see the 5 audience sections. There are 5 of these VOMs, and you can see of this hanging element in the center that there's a face that faces each audience section directly. It's 10 feet 8 on a side, and it has 2 elements to it. It has a lower element that is an I-beam that's meant to look like a structural steel I-beam. That I-beam, that's made out of a wood product. And then it hangs from this steel structure above, all based in research that the set designer Tony Cisek did on old warehouses and abandoned spaces. Because this heavy looking but actually medium weight piece has to hang in the air over people's heads, all of this is actually made out of the pieces of steel that you would use if you were building it in your warehouse. One thing that's different is that we did weld everything together, and then we put fake rivet heads on, so none of the rivet heads that you see are actually holding the piece together. So if one pops off, don't worry. Whether it's in the round or whether it's a proscenium theater or a stadium theater or anything, you're going to need to know how to bisect angles and set the saw to the right one.